And we're live, everybody. Hey. All right. So we are here in episode 3. I think I called it 2, but I'm not sorry. We'll fix that. The other title threw me
Fix
off.
it in post. Fix it in post.
Whatever. We're doing it live. And as always, our glorious GM Devin, take it away.
I just want to say we started so late. This was full. I'm just saying. Okay, where we last left off, the guys were still sort of running through some preliminary work before they go on their big bank heist. They got in a fight. They learned really quickly that the Reich is actually a force to be reckoned with. The Reich is a very powerful group, and maybe kind of out of their league for now. Grav and Plasmodius made some really decent progress in figuring out who some of the local dealers were in their territory, and it sounds like they're going to go for trying to take over the drug trade around here. Umbra and Crimson Strike. Did you guys figure out anything else after the fight? I can't remember. I feel like you talked to somebody, but I don't remember who.
We talked to the 3 henchmen, or the 3 hired muscles.
Right, yes, that's where we left off. All of you guys were back in the warehouse awaiting, just having talked to and pseudo-interviewed 3 candidates for some hired muscle. What we're going to do for this episode, just because Eduardo was out and because this was a very plan-heavy episode last time, I'm going to give Eduardo the top of the episode just to sort of fill in what he's been doing. Eduardo and I made a couple of tinker checks. I don't know if you want to apply these to now or if you want to apply these to later. Go ahead and decide that now.
We'll apply them to later because
Okay.
I need to draw up the designs and then actually construct them. I do have to do.
Okay.
I believe I have to make rolls to construct them.
You'll have to do the rolls construct. I just want to know if the plans you have drawn up, if I was doing those during this, or if you were out with one of these 2 groups.
I probably would have gone with Crimson Strike and Umbra.
Okay, well, say for the sake of this, you hung back by the bikes they rode up there on and just sort of observed the situation. You weren't really involved in the fight portion of it.
Okay, fair enough.
So if you want to pick it up from there, or if you want to go to interviewing the muscle, I'm not sure, if you want to make like phone calls or plan anything else out while they do this, take notes, take investigations, any sort of
yeah. So while we're sitting there, what was kind of can you run me down what the fight was that happened and how it happened?
Originally when they pulled up, they saw a group of about 15 guys, clearly part of the Reich, but all depowered at the moment, sort of hassling some people outside of a business, outside of was it a bar or was it a restaurant? Strip club, perfect. So outside of a strip club, they were sort of turning away customers while some folks seemingly inside, nobody went inside to check, sort of performed some business inside, and these guys were outside making sure no one came in. While Umbra went up to a rooftop to kind of snipe out the situation, Klops went for a more direct confrontation.
Okay. And then, so if I didn't participate in the battle, did any of the Reich get knocked down or maybe lost some sort of dropped some blood, any hair, that kind of thing?
Perception check.
Perception. All right, let me just get to where I need to be.
Because you're not there after the fact, you can't really investigate this. It's more just if you see anything fall.
Okay, boom. My perception's not that bad, and hopefully my roll isn't shit.
That's the key right there.
Woo! 25.
25. Yeah. As Umbra takes a shot with his sniper, you see a pulse of electricity run over the guy's body, but just before that pulse really starts, there's the smallest trickle of blood as that bullet sort of slams into his pec. And it's really small, and it almost seems to heal right away, but there's a really small amount of blood that leaks out before that.
Okay. Did any of it fall on the floor?
Yeah, it did. A little bit of it did hit the concrete.
Okay. What kind of a roll would I need to make to move in, patch it on like a rag, and then move out?
Even with your speed, to do it in a way where nobody would notice, you would need to roll this as stealth.
Okay. Let's see how...
Even with well, because yeah, it's not speed, it's teleport.
Sort of, yeah.
Even still, it's very quick teleport. Even with this, to not be noticed getting it or not have anybody sort of perceive that a thing was there, you'd need to roll a stealth for it.
Okay. Let's take a look here. What is my stealth? That's not bad.
Doesn't sound like it.
Well, actually,
hold on. I'm gonna ping you something really quick.
Okay.
Eduardo, you're gonna have to remind me something.
Okay. I'm afraid to click that, but let's see what happens. Only because it might break the shots. Let's see how this goes.
But yeah, check your chat. I've pinged you something in private. A mystery for the people watching in the world of tomorrow.
Okay, it didn't break stuff. That's good.
Okay, and we didn't see it.
Yeah, that should be sufficient.
I rolled a 26 on this one.
Yeah, you really don't have a problem. You sort of poof in and out quick enough to kind of swoop that up as they're all distracted with what's going on.
So I'm gonna go in, collect it up in a rag, and then go back and lean on a vehicle and just be like, I did do nothing.
Okay. So after that shot happens, you see a few of them start to transform into various animals. A couple of them just sort of beef up in musculature, while a bunch of other ones just seemingly stay the same. After 2 hits, you learn that the Crimson Strike has a bit of a glass jaw, because after 2 hits from one of the really muscular guys, 1 hit from a tiger and 1 hit from a muscular guy, one just pistons him right in the solar plexus, and then the other one takes him across the jaw and drops him. They notice Umbra up on top of the roof and give chase, but right after the gangsters disappear around a corner, you see Umbra run out the other side of the building, grab Crimson Strike, and head back your way onto the bikes. And you guys take off.
Okay.
Anything in between there?
No. What I was gonna say is, I do want to take note, because are they a biker gang?
Not really bikers, no.
Okay. Do they
They're neo-Nazis with werewolves.
Okay. Do they wear any? Specific armbands or anything that you could very well distinguish?
Red and white seem to be their colors, and they have biker-esque patches on their clothes, yeah.
Okay. I just want to take note of something that would be very specifically like a patch that they all wear or something like that.
Yeah, they do wear, their patch is it's a black patch in the shape of almost like a police badge or a police badge patch. Have you ever seen those? Like they have like little points at the top.
Yeah. It's a shield.
Shield. There you go. It's roughly shield shaped with a wolf skull.
Okay.
Done out in a red outline.
Black patch, red outline, wolf.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then the whole patch is the shield shape.
Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna make a note of that and then keep it in my head for a little bit later.
Okay. And then as you come back, what you run into inside of your guys' base, I suppose we'll call it for now, there is a really, really scrawny kid, a guy who looks like an orca whale if they were land-based creatures.
Street sharks!
Kind of, yeah. An orca whale street shark is actually a really good way to describe it. And then an Asian guy in a tech suit. Upon Umbra's tests that he ran, the scrawny brute was shot, and the bullet literally just bounced off of him.
No, that was me that shot him.
Okay, yeah, Klopp shot him. I don't remember what the brute did to prove anything, but what the whale did.
Do anything to the whale? I shot the skinny kid twice.
Okay.
Both times the bullets were ineffective, and then I shot the robot suit once, which actually dinged him, and he failed by 1 degree.
Okay. So yeah, then you guys are up to the whale. I remember somebody talked to the whale at least, and the whale does not seem to have a very high intelligence.
Yeah, Numbra talked to him, or Umbra, whatever the fuck his name is, talk to the whale. He seemed like he's like, I punch stuff when you tell me to punch stuff. Sounded
It's good. It was good.
Okay. So was I part of the decision-making process to get these guys going, or am I just walking into it now?
We haven't decided anybody. We just tested them and then we sent them on their way and we told them we'd be in contact.
This phone call to have these guys sent was made while you were in the bar. If you were with Klops and Edge.
Okay. Okay.
Jenna, your house is dark, and I'm afraid.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna look at Crimson and be like, I'm not sure we need the help. This is a heist after all. Aren't we like going to sneak in?
Well, we were advised by SAP that a night op would be to our disadvantage because it has security parameters and basically gets locked up really super tight. Whereas
oh wait, you know about security? That's great. So these security parameters, how are they powered?
I didn't get that far in the information. Apparently, it is designed for taking down supers, though. It's like a weird sticky foam shit that hardens. You can't get it off.
That's okay, but I can do magic. I think we should find out more before we commit to a daytime robbery. It just seems a little risky.
True. We were just weighing out our options and things and making sure that we can get some extra muscle if needed.
Are we still going to get the blueprints for the bank?
That is something we need to get. Yes, we got preoccupied with a bunch of skinheads.
No, I saw it was less than flattering, senor.
Yeah.
So I still think we should get the blueprints, and if we have someone that knows about the security system, there's a lot more questions we can find out.
Well, yes, there's SAP that we need to talk to. He's going to be our vault tech guy.
When are we meeting him? I know
already
we
met
met him once, but when are we reconvening, sort of speaking?
Whenever we call him, we can go to his house again. We go that fucking cispet.
Didn't someone almost get shot?
Yeah, that was me.
Let's I say let's not do that again. Let's call him over to meet us somewhere, semi-private. Maybe not here. He doesn't need to know where we work.
Or we could just call him and just make sure he knows we're coming over.
No, we can do that too. I think we should pay him another visit. I don't think the daytime heist is a very, very, very smart plan.
Sure, we can go talk to him. I'm down for talking.
I think at this point, we need to make sure we're not going to get locked in if we walk inside. We don't want to get fucked and be left for the cops,
I agree, but so look at it this way: at night, less civilians, less chance of us incurring the penalty that the eye discussed. Also, if we just find out how things are powered, we could just unpower them.
The whale guy butts into your conversation at this point. He goes, "Hey, so you guys gonna pay me to rob this place or whatever, or what, man?"
We dismissed them a long time ago, I thought.
No, when you guys left off, you hadn't actually hired or fired or nothing to these guys.
We said we'd be in contact, and then we sent them on their way.
Oh, yeah, he did not leave.
Yeah.
You go home.
But I kind of came down here and I was supposed to get a job or whatever, and
So I'm gonna pull Crimson Tide off to the side, out of earshot. This gentleman, and be like, "So, can he recognize us?"
I'm not sure if he can tell which way is up.
I mean, it might be beneficial to have someone to, how do you say, take the fall?
Yeah? Yeah, it might be beneficial.
Plasmodius has gone off looking for a broom to give the whale a job.
Roll me an investigation check.
Do I know the whale's name?
No. Nobody asked anybody's name.
Okay.
Nobody ever does that. That doesn't happen here.
Hey, big man. What should we call you?
I
Oh
rolled a
man,
26 on finding a broom.
you've searched thoroughly. There is no broom here.
Damn it.
The whale guy goes, "Oh, they call me Moby the Dick, bro. I picked that name, when I started like getting some reputation. It's funny because there's a book and it's called Moby Dick. I'm Moby the Dick,
I'll make you a deal, man. I'll make you a deal. I'll call you Moby, but if you start singing, that's it. You're out.
I'm not a singer, man. I just hit stuff, man.
So you're looking for a job, right? How much are you looking to make on said job?
I come pretty expensive, man. It's gonna cost you 15 grand for this whole job, it sounds like. But it's worth it, man. I can bench press a bus, bro.
15 grand. I mean, we don't need buses bench pressed. We just need someone to maybe keep watch and hit some things. 15 grand for a strong lookout like you. That seems a little stiff.
Hey, man, you got the nice sky in town and a bunch of the stars. They're always running around, and you need a guy like me to come in and tell them, like, what's up.
Have you ever fought any of them?
Yeah, I fought that guy. He's got that mask on his face. He was funny. I liked him.
It sounds like you fought a luchador.
I don't know what that means.
Can I at least maybe do an insight roll to see if I understand where he's even going with this?
Sure.
27.
You're not sure who he's describing because you're pretty aware that in this city, the stars either retire young, die, or promote up because they're not allowed to come in until they're already teenagers. They're only ever in for a few years anyways. Wearing a mask, that's any one of like 100 of the stars who've come through this place over the years. And with this guy being an orca, you're not even sure how old he is, although he talks like he's a fucking 16-year-old wannabe frat guy. So he's at least not lying. You're sure that he fought one of these guys, but you have no idea which one.
So he's a New Jersey meathead.
Kinda.
Hey, Moby.
Hey, man.
So if we do this job, I want you to forget you ever met us.
Hey,
Persuasion.
my lips are sealed, you don't...
I critted on a persuasion at the 20 persuasion.
You don't need to convince him. Moby is a professional. Hey, business is business, and you don't gotta mix that stuff up, man. Maybe I was in the bank making a deposit, and some shit broke out. I didn't see anything.
Okay. All right.
I kind of want to test him, but I don't know how he'll react.
Okay.
I'll be like, can someone, Moby, just be calm. But can someone cover his eyes?
Oh, hey, if you could not touch my face, I won't have to bite your face off.
So I'm assuming someone asked what his specialty was?
He punches
Nope.
stuff and
He
lifts
punches
buses.
things. That's all we know.
So, Moby, can you cover your own eyes?
I can just like turn around or whatever. It's cool, bro. I get it.
All right.
So E.T. turns around.
Good.
Hey, man.
Now we know he's not listening in on our conversation.
Hey, I get that one. That's funny, man.
Hey man, what do I look like?
I don't know, dude. I turned around.
Can I do an insight to see if he's telling the truth?
Yeah, go for it.
21.
Hold on. Sorry, that landed on its side.
I only buy that once per match.
Nice. It was less than 21. I got 17.
No, both of you can tell he's legit. He does not at all remember what you look like or what you could possibly look like now. You've blown his fucking mind.
What? Okay.
This is esoteric shit that he is not prepared to handle.
I'd like to hire you, but 15K. Can we negotiate it?
Hey man, a guy's gotta make a living, you know what I'm saying? That's my price. I gave that price to that guy. He's got that thing on his back, and then I gave that same price to that guy. He wears that other mask, and then it was the same price for those guys who wanted to take that thing out of that big old, building.
All right, well, hey Moby, quick question for you then. I'm sure you need other things besides just money. What else could you possibly need that maybe we can work a trade in?
Oh no, I'm pretty much I just need money so I can finish paying off my student loans or whatever, bro.
At the community college?
Hey, I had a scholarship until I tore this muscle in my leg, but it's fine now because I'm a whale.
Oh, no. I'll deal with it later.
What did you go to school for?
Molecular biology, bro. It was fun.
Yeah, just turn it off. I'll have to deal with that later.
All right. I don't know. Your guys' call. I think he'll work, but
Well, if we just need stuff punched, I mean, you tell him to take out, a group of guys that are coming at him. I think he could handle himself.
Yeah, you need me to punch like a bunch of guys, and I can come in there, bro, and I can hit them.
How about taking a hit? You don't have a glass jaw, do you?
No, man, it's made of bones and stuff.
I like him.
I'm sure it is, my good man. I'm sure it is.
What about bullets and stuff?
Yeah,
There's
I got
another-
shot once, and I was like, hey, bro, what's up?
There's another use for our new friend that we haven't considered yet. Why not have him rob a different bank?
We could, but why do we need to do two? And would he willingly rob a bank by himself? I know I wouldn't.
Since you're saying this in front
He
of
wouldn't have
him,
to make
he's
off
just
with
gonna
any
look
money.
at you and
Just
go,
have to occupy the stars for
hey,
long.
man, I've robbed like a 7-Eleven, but not a bank. And, it's going to cost you more because I got to bring in my buddies for it because, it's like a lot of stuff to carry. And you got to have like a guy to watch your back in case somebody shows up,
Exactly.
Oh, you won't need to carry anything.
We need a
But
Mr.
what-
There for the money.
do the same thing I did to get out of finals.
What'd you do to
You're
get out
just
of
there to pretend
finals?
you want the money.
Fucking bomb threat. What else do you think?
Oh, but
bomb
yeah, like I could call him on the phone and be like, hey, man, there's like a bomb, bro.
Well, no. I'm saying we call the bomb threat somewhere else. You come with us. We rob the fucking bank while they're dealing with the bomb threat.
I don't see that
what
helps
bank
our
did
bank.
I rob?
that's not a bad idea. But how about we construct a fake bomb and actually give them something to go to?
Even better.
That way, it
Or-
isn't just that
Guys,
they-
huddle up. Not you, Moby. Us. Come here. I'm gonna
My
huddle us all
coach
up.
always said that huddling was a special time for everybody.
We're team building. Yes, we're still a new team. We're team building. Persuasion check, I guess. I don't know.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You can pretty much tell this guy he's on fire and he will believe you.
don't do
Alright,
it.
Cool. I almost want to now.
I know.
Don't have your conversation.
So guys, what if we put an actual bomb on him and sent him into an actual bank?
Such a dick.
I was thinking the same thing, actually.
No,
Make a fake
civilians,
bomb, why not
man.
Just make a real one.
Civilians. We can't.
It could be a gas bomb. I didn't say what type of bomb. I didn't say that totally thermite would be cool, but
I don't
We
think you know
could
how
do-
thermite works.
We could do an
I know
EMP
how
bomb.
thermite works. It's just going to take care of the loose end.
Knock out all of the.
Though he does seem like he's eaten way too much weed brownies.
Personally, I think having him do anything other than punch things is above his pay grade.
Oh, can you hear us?
You can roll to see if you can tell if he can hear you.
Perception, yeah.
Or even insight, I suppose. Do insight.
Insight.
20.
23.
1.
Nice.
Okay, Klops, you're pretty sure he's deaf. You other two, if he can hear you, he is not reacting to it in the slightest. His back is just turned to you, and he's sort of just staring up, mouth agape.
I like him. I really do like this character.
Here's what I think. I think that we have a security foam problem. Yes.
Yeah.
We have a gentleman who's willing to punch anything. So he breaches it. Gets security
designed,
foamed.
It's designed for people like him.
Yeah, no, he punches it, sets it off. The foam goes, solidifies.
So then how do we get to it?
Say again?
How do we get to it once the foam solidifies? We won't be able to get to what we need to get to.
Not necessarily. If it's pressure locked, the foam's got one way to go. This is why I want to find out more about the system.
I think it fills the building as
Hold
far
on,
as.
hold on. Shut your face.
Roll. Is there a history
also-
equivalent in this game? Is there a history check?
No.
That would be
Expertise.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, just roll me a general awareness check, all of you.
Can I just Google it?
Nat 20!
27, not
Fine.
natural.
Okay.
17.
9.
I'm going to waste all my 20s now so later I can roll all ones.
Good.
Why is your voice all distorted?
Sounds fine
Is
to
it?
me.
I don't hear it.
I don't sound distorted.
It might be your bandwidth, man.
Oh, Jenna, you rolled yours in here.
That's weird. You kind of have a weird distorted sound to me. That's strange.
Do I now?
Oh god, it's worse.
That might be you.
How about
So-
now?
Everybody except for Illander and Grav, everybody else immediately recognizes the foam that's being referred to. This is a foam that is commonly used by the human members of the Night Sky. It's a containment foam, and what this is was it was specifically designed to keep supers at bay. When it's sprayed, it expands rapidly, and it stays in that state until solvent is applied to it, and the solvent breaks down the foam. The foam is heat resistant, electricity resistant, cold resistant, super strength resistant. It's kind of like the stuff from The Incredibles. It's literally just meant to lock down super powered people.
Unless we can get our hands on some solvent, I would say we're better off not tripping the alarm.
Well, it depends. How does it deploy? Does it deploy in the whole bank? Does it just come where you broke the seal? What is the mechanism? This is what I'd like to know.
As far as I know, it just floods the actual safe room. But the problem is even with the safe door open, it's not going to. It'll just keep expanding. It's not going to actually like empty out the safe room by spreading out. It'll still fill the safe room and keep spreading from there. It's not like water.
Can we get it to crack the walls for us?
No, it form fits, but it doesn't pressure push.
He's correct.
Okay, well, maybe we can shut it down before we get there.
Well, unless we have the solvent. If we have the solvent, we could just go at night, trip that bitch, dissolve it, and go. but getting your hands on the solvent's probably going to be a pain in the ass.
Not to mention, we still
or,
need 45 minutes in order to get into the bank vault itself.
or we
I
just
have a
say, or we
feeling- Sorry.
go on.
Go on. I was going to say that I have a feeling that if we trip the foam, we'll also trip an alarm.
Correct.
Well, that's a given.
What if we
But-
disable the whole system?
Well, I have the stealth to get in there, but someone's going to have to do the hacking. I can't hack.
That-
I could just use
something
my
I
magic
can-
and disable the thing. I just need to know how it works first.
I'm assuming through wires.
It's not that easy. I'm talking about is it electricity powered? Is it just levers and pulleys? I mean, what are we talking here? Is
Well,
is this
consider- It's modern day. I'm assuming electricity, but I mean,
electricity? Yeah.
that-
Is it a closed circuit that we're getting power off site? Is there a camera feed that's gonna show everybody the stupid shit we're doing?
So there's nothing around that bank except for like parking lot and kind of openness, and then there's a surrounding city around it. So it looks like it's isolated by itself, which means it would probably have to be a closed circuit kind of system. However, it may have some kind of lines going somewhere else that we don't know. Maybe it's like ADT or whatever.
And that's
Given
what I'd
that
like to
in-
know. We should get some blueprints and ask the right questions. Let's not make the call just yet. It seems a bit premature, and
Given that it is a modern bank, there are certain things we can rely on. Security cameras, electricity coming from off-site and on-site from a backup generator.
okay.
And,
Offsite electricity is
Power go-
easy to cut.
and an alarm going off as soon as power is cut.
Maybe, maybe not. It depends.
You really think that they wouldn't take that seriously?
It's all about how it's set up. If you set up a closed loop, maybe you can have the heartbeat.
Also, remember that this bank isn't just a bank. It's owned by another organization. So it also may not even trip an alarm to the authorities. It may go to them.
I hadn't considered that.
Realistically, though, the cops are on the payroll of somebody, and I'm sure the somebody who owns a bank's going to have the cops on their payroll.
I'm sure that they're probably just there to fill out fucking paperwork, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to have their
Okay.
own team
How about
do things.
let's settle this way. Let's just get more information.
Yeah, that's fine. We can go get
Let's
the
do
blueprints
that.
and
Let's
talk
not
to
make
Seth.
the decision now. Let's go ask some questions, get more information. I've got a couple talisman that I can enchant. It's gonna take me at least 24 hours, at least. So-
Don't we? By the way, don't we have that tubby fat fuck that we found on the toilet?
Yes, that's Seth. We're going to go talk to him.
Yeah, but he's the one we talked to grab information. But there's still Lou. I still think we should enact our plan with Lou.
Lou just knows a guy who knows a guy. That's all
Oh.
Lou is good for.
Uh,
I'm pretty
no,
sure
no,
the
no.
guy
Lou,
who
the
was
bank
stabbed-
manager.
Oh, no. Lou the devil is who I was talking about.
Oh wait, was his name Lewis? He's the safe.
There's two Lou's. There, yes, you're right. We should also nab whatever the fucking banker has. I agree.
I mean, technically, I could probably, with his key card, stealth in at night and disable his, or take a look at the system and see about being able to disable it. Then we wouldn't have to worry about necessarily breaking and entering.
That sounds like a great idea. But we need the materials first.
The bank manager checking in at the building after closing might raise a red flag.
It might, but they won't notice it till the next day, and by then it'll be too little, too late. And he takes the
It
fall.
depends. So we need to know: is security cameras being actively monitored on site? Is it an off-site company? I mean, is there a security guard? It's all these things. There's too many variables. Too many. I say this while I'm eating seeds in character too. Let's ask questions. It's not gonna hurt.
I mean, stealthing around some cameras isn't a big deal, but sure, we can get more information. Don't matter to me.
Like you said, it's a villain bank. Maybe they have infrareds or some other kind of high imaging thing.
It's okay. I got thermal goggles. I can follow.
I can see everything too.
It's not about
So are you
seeing.
guys
It's
gonna
about
go
them
talk
seeing
to-
you. Do you
guys
have
gonna
an?
talk to Lou or Sal?
Let's go talk to Sal first. Or actually, can we get the blueprints first?
Who has blueprints?
Lou has blueprints. Actually, I don't know.
No, I don't think Lou would have those blueprints. I think that the oh shit, what is it?
Couldn't we just go to the city's municipal building and
Yeah.
get the blueprints? I mean, realistically.
Probably not. I mean, it's a bank. It's not like you can't get it for a federal building either.
Well, I'm not going to ask nicely for them, if that's what you mean.
I might
But-
be able to just ask nicely for them.
But hold on. But if you get caught, you're gonna start leaving a trail, and we don't want to get caught.
Who's the contractor that built the damn thing?
You do know that Sap was the guy who put in the vault, at least. He was part of the project to put in the vault, and that's the guy you guys have hired to crack the vault.
I thought we had a guy that had blueprints.
No, the only blueprints we got is from fucking Sheldon in our group that has eidetic memory. That went with me to the bank.
And we only got blueprints of like the a little bit of a very small amount of the bank, mostly the lobby and the hallway into the bathroom.
Okay. Well, I guess we go talk to
Sap.
Step.
Sap.
Sap.
Slap. I guess we talk
Step
to
4.
Sap.
What was his full name, Klops?
His full name was hold on, I think I put it here on Discord.
Salvatore.
No, it's Sylvester
Oh,
Antonio Perez the Fourth.
There you go.
So essentially, Giuseppe.
Sap 4.
Sap 4.
That's his nickname.
Let's go talk to him.
I'd settle
Okay.
for bloated pincushion myself, or whatever.
So you guys head back over to the apartment complex that Sap lived in. Go to the door.
We'd like to call ahead.
Okay, yeah. You give him a call and he tells you guys to come over as you guys show up. The door is still completely destroyed from where you kicked it in, so it's kind of hanging ajar, and he's just kind of sitting on the couch, still pantsless, but this time with underwear on at least. Cigarette still hanging out of his mouth, kind of watching TV, and you guys come in and he goes, "Hey, everybody, how are you doing? It's good to see you guys."
Oh, you're wearing pants. Kind of an upgrade. Good job.
No, these boxers.
Oh,
At least it's not a banana hammock.
What am
enough.
I, some kind of freak?
Do you want me to answer that honestly?
Nothing, nada.
Hey, be nice to Sal.
Yeah, you only hear nada.
He's a good friend that's going to work with us.
What brings you guys by?
I have some questions, man.
Well, I can tell you what I know, but I still haven't gotten my upfront pay.
No, we did. We paid him his upfront pay.
Oh, did you? I thought you
Yeah.
hadn't yet. Okay, fair
we
enough.
did.
Wait, did we pay this man?
No, you
Half.
did.
Yeah,
Okay,
Paid him half.
okay, fair.
of his 10,000 because I talked him down.
Shh, don't say that in front of him. I mean,
No,
I have
I was
questions.
retconning, letting you know.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we're all good. We're all good.
So how much do you really know about the security system of the bank? Not just the vault, the bank as a whole.
The vault's tied into the general security system, so I had to put it in place.
Okay, so how does it get this power?
Same way any building gets power. It's from the city. Well, and, the solar panels up top run the small stuff, but the main power system comes from the city.
So what happens if power goes out?
The power goes out, an alarm will be triggered with the night sky and the police department and the fire department.
Is there a way to cut the alarm?
Not a good one. Not anything that's not going to sound an alarm to somebody.
How does the system know there's no power?
It sends a constant signal that's tied into a system out at the Night Sky headquarters. Once the signal's cut off, it triggers an alarm.
For how long? How often is the signal going?
Constantly.
Is there a way to loop it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we loop the circuit and send a signal without it going to the bank?
I wouldn't know how to do it.
Okay. Would I know how many members the Night Sky has?
Hundreds.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's hundreds. This local, whatever you want to call it, of the Night Sky, has 7 members.
Historically, when there's been an attack, how many members would come out? Do we know? Would we know?
Depends on the level of attack. Depends on who's in the area. You know, the longer something goes on, the more forces are going to be called in. And there's also the stars.
I'm gonna call everyone into a quick huddle real quick, and I'm gonna actually use stealth to talk quietly so he doesn't eavesdrop. And I'm just gonna mention that I do carry, some debt cord and a pound of C4. I could blow a hole in one of the other banks prior to us, trying to attempt this bank, just so we could draw them out on an alarm already.
Or we can use our muscle friend for that one.
I don't think he'll do it.
I think having the bodies where it matters is going to matter more. I mean, like I said, I have a brick of C4. I can just easily get people to freak out and have an alarm set.
Is there another similar bank, superhero bank, or
all the banks are probably going to be similar in style. I can just pick a bank.
If we do go that route, I think we should have at least 2 other targets, and I don't think they should be banks.
Well, and keep in mind, you were asked to rob this bank specifically by the Eye. Your mission isn't a bank; it's this bank.
Right. But
no,
we're
but
talking about creating a distraction.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Sorry, why did I say that in character?
I was willing to accept it.
I
accept you as Plasmodius.
Does the town have a water supply?
From the city.
I mean, is it like a reservoir? Is it?
It's piped in. I mean, you guys are in more flatland city, so any of the water is going to come from up the mountain.
Is the power being fed underground or is it on power poles?
So a lot of the power in this world runs on hybrid. A lot of places have either wind turbines or solar panels up top along with city power just to sort of ease the burden on it. This particular building has a solar roof put in.
I understand that, but the power that's coming from the city to man the
that's going to come from underground.
Underground?
Yeah.
What if I detonate the power to the bank the day before, or maybe not detonate it, make it look like there was some kind of accident to the actual lines, and so when they go out to inspect it, nothing looks off other than it's failed, and so the alarms won't be in place.
I think that what they will do is bring more security in while the alarm is down. So you add the risk of people being there.
But if we shut down power to the city or to that section,
I don't think we have a pinch large enough.
Cutting power to a whole sector, that's going to be really hard to pull off.
Depends on, where's the nearest substation?
that is true.
We could blow a substation. That could work.
Only if they pay us first. Nothing. Ignore me.
you're talking about sucking dick at the substation. I say out loud enough for Sal to hear.
Kind of shakes his head and lights his cigarette finally.
I wouldn't be opposed to blowing a substation, but is one substation going to be enough to draw power to the bank?
Blow 3.
I don't have enough explosives for 3. Do you?
I'm sure we can probably get some more explosives.
Well, maybe. I
Not
just
to mention that we've gone from robbing a bank to shutting off power to a large portion of the city.
To rob a bank.
Yeah. Do we need to go that far?
Well, if we cut the power, then we can go at night, and we don't got to worry about alarms being raised. They're going to be too busy worrying about the power.
Industrial terrorism for the purposes of grand larceny.
All right.
well,
I mean, unless you got a better idea.
no, it's a pretty solid plan. I'm liking where we're going. I
mean, but Grev, what is your idea? This whole thing you've kind of kept quiet.
no.
You
He
could
said the
probably
first
throw-
idea of the diversion.
You could probably throw the whole.
We don't need to
substation
quite go
in
as
the air.
far as destroying fucking power to most of the city. I mean, yeah, it would draw a large portion of attention from law enforcement, but again,
This
do we
is
need to go that far when we're already talking about making multiple distractions.
Yeah.
You know-
This requires a coordinated attack. So wait, this is a villain bank, right?
Yeah.
So you don't think that if power goes out, the villains are going to show up to protect their money?
Doesn't matter if we're already there getting it. I mean, they probably will.
I
honestly.
mean, the way that I'm looking at it is this. At the way that he's saying and the way that he's talking, we're going to have to try to take a bank for 45 minutes solid just to hack into it, just so we could try to get the money, and then we still have to escape. Mind you, that this is in broad daylight.
I really don't like that idea. I think it.
Thank
I think
you.
at night is gonna be the best option.
Thank you. That was my thought too. But, unless we cut the power or find some way to get the alarm down, there's no way that we're going to be able to break in 45 minutes at night before we get our ass surrounded and stomped.
Hey, Sap Quattro. Does the system have a maintenance mode?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. The safe doesn't. I couldn't speak for the whole system. We were just tying into it.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is sometimes when you need to do certain maintenance so you don't alert things, you put it into maintenance or no alert mode. You guys have to do maintenance after the fact?
When we tied in the system, the bank was still closed. It hadn't even opened yet.
Yeah, someone's.
About the cameras, off-site, on-site, who's monitoring?
Well, there is a guard who's monitoring it on site, and then everything is stored to the big server.
Well, is it active monitoring or do they just review the tapes after the fact?
There's a security guard in the room.
But on site, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just wondering if there's anybody else off-site actively monitoring the feed.
Not actively that I know of.
So
There are the rumors.
So realistically, if we had, say, a key card or a way into the bank at night, as long as one could sneak past the cameras and take out the guard that's watching said cameras, technically you would have run of the mill of the place. Unless
Cards only work during business hours. Well, a little before and after for closing and ending of the day, but if you show up at the wee hours of the morning, it's not going to let you in.
And is it key carded on all entrances?
Mm-hmm. Both of them.
What about ventilation? Is there any ducting or any larger sized ventilation that might be accessible?
Nothing that leads into the safe.
Well, no, but where would it lead at least into the interior of the bank?
Nothing that we cut through.
So, hold on. I have a question. Let's say 5 minutes before closing, someone were to drill a hole somewhere into the bank, and then they turn the alarm on. Since it never fully pressurized, would it just release the foam then?
The alarm's set on an automated system. Everybody's got to leave by a very specific time every day, or they have to call a number. And once you call the number, they can let you out.
Oh, it's not about getting out. I'm just wondering, will the foam trip if there's already a breach when the alarm is turned on?
Absolutely.
Question: was there a guard inside the safe during business hours?
Inside, not that I would know about, but I don't know their schedule. I just installed it. There was nobody in there while we were putting it in.
Because I did sign up for and should be hearing from shortly on my safety deposit box that I am setting up in the bank. If I could get into the safe room in advance, I might be able to do some quick work with the actual lock boxes, as long as there's not a guard in the room looking at me.
But then how are you gonna get out?
Well, I can rearrange it and put, as long, because you usually ask for privacy when you go through the lock boxes. Just spend some time in there, rearrange some of the boxes.
But
Get
I don't understand what would that accomplish?
Assuming there's no surveillance.
hide it as my box, that I'm moving stuff in and out of my box. And
So you're saying walk out with a bunch of money in broad daylight. Okay, so you walk in with like a bag of newspapers. I mean, are there cameras inside of the vault? Most vaults have cameras inside.
most do. That's what I'm saying. I would have to circumvent the security, but if I could circumvent the camera inside there, I could just swap one for the other, and then we don't even have to worry about cutting and being forcible about it.
What is the contingency if things go wrong during the day? Broad daylight, civilians everywhere.
I'm assuming loud and explosive, and we blast our way out.
And we fail.
Yeah, but at that point,
Actually, no, I take that back. What I would probably do is I would take my det cord or my C4, blow a hole in the floor, and escape to the sewers.
well, we need blueprints to know if there is a sewer close enough for that to work.
I didn't quite.
They
hear
have
what that
toilets, don't they?
Yeah, but toilets are pipes this big. Do they tie into the main sewer? Do they go off site, or is it just small pipes to the processing center?
On a major metropolitan city, I highly doubt it's just pipes to little thin pipes to the processing center.
All I'm saying is I've lived in some metropolitan areas that don't have big sewers you can really just walk in. All right. Looking back at SAP 4, what else can you tell us that would be useful about the security system?
I don't know.
Is there a reason why it takes you 45 minutes, or is there any way to speed that up?
I can only do what I can do. I'm a man with a very particular set of skills.
That's funny. If you can't circumvent it, let's cut the power. We need to either replicate the heartbeat or cut the power for the whole area. I mean, it'll still alert them though. That's the problem. We're not sure that they're not gonna show up.
There might
Yep.
be another option.
Go on.
Banks have to get deliveries, yeah? Like armored car deliveries?
Generally.
Well,
By
okay.
armed security guards that are usually just a company you hire, correct?
Yeah.
What if we did that in reverse and just took money instead of putting it in?
Well,
And posed as armed security guards.
We'd have to figure out their schedule first.
that and imagine we're delivering. You are a contractor delivering packages. Why would they not just take the packages? Why would they let you be in the vault for an extended period of time? There's a handoff. You sign papers back and forth. That's
No. There's no handoff with money like that. It's you bring it into the vault, and then you leave.
Right, but there might be some sort of foyer area into the vault.
Yeah, there has to. They have. How do they know you're bringing the full amount you're supposed to? Especially if it's a third-party company, like you're saying.
What he's saying is that we wouldn't be into the vault proper, but it would be a foot in the door.
With a little bit less suspicion.
We'd be able to start our attack from inside. But again, we're talking about it being an attack.
I mean, unless there's a janitor crew that we can pose as well, that's even better.
No, the schedule, it closes at night.
So here's an interesting idea that came to mind, and you can feel free to shoot this down as well. But I got to thinking, I carry sleep pellets on me, knockout gas. What if I was to get on the roof and introduce it into their ventilation system, vent the entire bank with sleeping gas, knock everyone out, and we just walk in and waltz in? No one can raise any alarms because they're all asleep.
So again,
So my God, where were you through my high school experience?
what? Is it just me, or does that sound a little rapey to you?
Well, the problem with that is that it relies on the gas acting fast enough that nobody can trip a silent alarm. How fast does the gas act?
And is it visible? Like someone sees gas, are they gonna be like, "Oh my God, it's gas," and push the button?
Well, that's why I would put it in the ventilation system as opposed to just dropping the pellet in the middle of the room and waiting for it to just distribute around.
Yeah, but if it's visible gas, it doesn't matter where you put it. People are gonna see smoke. They might not think gas, they might think fire, and pull an alarm.
Well, if they pull an alarm, could we not roll in as a fire team?
That could be a good idea, but then we'd have to stop the real fire team somehow.
We have a guy that punches that can lift buses.
Well, maybe what we do is we send Mr. Bus Punching to the fire station, the nearest fire station, have him distract them or punch, or maybe not distract them. He cuts their tires. That gives us more time. But does that give us 45 minutes? Because if I recall correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, you need a keycard, you need a retina, and was there a vocal factor to the vault?
I think it was just a fingerprint. Or a handprint. I wrote this down as well.
But if we're, say, firefighters trying to double check everything, they would have to open the vault first to secure and make sure that the fire's not in the vault.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna be asleep.
It was 2 biometrics. It was a retinal scan, fingerprint, and then 2 key cards.
Right, but if they're all asleep, then we could just grab all that off the bodies.
Well, first we have to identify whose retinal scan, whose fingerprint, and all that.
Branch manager, I would assume.
We do
Well,
have
it's
access
2.
to loot.
2 of
If we
them.
can that's true.
So the bank manager and who else?
I have a thought.
I like where this plan is going. Let's just figure out some details.
If I can create, if I can get a genetic sample from Lou, I may be able to create a sequence that would allow me to become him for a day. We launch our attack during, if we start our heist during the day, I could go into work for Lou. We could kidnap him, and I could just be Lou for a while, and then you guys show up, and I help you get in.
That could work.
Yeah.
So let's say you turn into Lou.
Yeah.
You go to work in the morning, hopefully with some sort of gas mask, and then let's say 10 o'clock in the morning, we drop some pellets for Sleepy, and then everyone starts falling asleep. If anyone calls the police or the fire department, we're ready with some sort of fireman attire, which we would need to acquire. We have someone destroy the nearest fire people's mode of transportation, and then we come in as the firemen in case there are still people awake or getting too sleepy. That covers that. And we rob the motherfucker blind. The thing is that how long can we keep the fire department before they call another station to take
There's
their
also-
place.
There's also the cost of a fire truck, which would eat into our profits quite a
If
bit.
people are falling asleep, we don't need a fire truck.
Yeah, but we do need a mode of transportation to get the stuff out.
Well, rather than disabling the fire truck and, having the other fire department call another team, why don't we just send a couple of our guys over and knock all the firemen out and take that fire truck?
Hold on. The problem is that if they call 911, right? They say, there's a fire. Or sorry, whatever the emergency number. I apologize. I just made that up. I don't know where that's from. They call the emergency responders. The emergency responders, because we've knocked them the fuck out, don't respond. They're just gonna call other emergency responders and then send police to that area.
That's why one of us would have to be there to answer the emergency dispatch, and then our team of guys would show up in the emergency vehicle.
Or we could patch into that and just, they never get the call and we do.
That would be really hard to do unless you have someone really skilled at it.
No, that's a little bit more difficult. We either need to hire someone and then potentially kill them, because posterity. Not you, Salfor. We're good.
If I'm the bank manager, presumably I'll be the one making the call.
Well, not if someone else hits an alarm or pulls a fire alarm. You don't know how people are gonna react.
True.
People are panicky beings. It's in their nature.
I mean, and any number of people in the bank with a cell phone call 911 too.
True.
That's true. That's true. So, I mean, either way, I like the plan. We just have to make sure that we can keep the fire brigade from coming, and because we need 45 minutes, right? Or no, we don't. We can just unlock the vault. Hey, wait. Hey, South 4, do you know how to tap into, let's say, a phone system?
No.
Oh, you have electronic skills. I figured I'd check.
I don't really have electronic skills. That would be a misinterpretation of what I do.
Okay. So, how do we keep the firemen from coming, or
That's for us to figure out. Sal doesn't know that. His job is just.
I was talking to us. We're still in a huddle. I just looked over to talk to him, and now I'm back.
Realistically,
And at this point, Saul has kind of turned on his TV and turned it up since you guys are just having this awkward huddle.
We're also in front of his TV.
Yeah, no, he's still just turning it up around you.
Extending one of his eye stalks above us.
Joint.
Oh, sound effects.
Okay, so wait again. What's up? So how are we gonna keep the fire people from going up? The fire prevention people.
well, first things first, and you'll see me pull out one of the pellets. Do you want me just to throw this on the ground so we know right now if it creates a belch of smoke or anything, so we know what we're dealing with?
You would presumably know that already.
One would hope, but I'm playing dumb because I've never used one technically in game. I would assume I would know it, but I leave that to the GM's discretion.
I would say,
I mean, you would know how your smoke pellet works. And
I would say if
It's not a smoke pellet; it's a sleep pellet.
right. If you didn't give it the subtle thing, then it probably isn't subtle.
Exactly.
I didn't know I could give it the subtle thing, and didn't say it was an option.
Oh, you can always give it a subtle thing, man.
So
Yeah.
subtle's an option in there.
Subtle's one of the advantages, or not advantages, extras.
But see, the thing is the pellet itself is technically not a power, so I wasn't sure that I could still work it.
No,
like a
but I
pellet.
mean, think of a gadget. You're shooting a bullet. It's pretty obvious what you're doing. It makes a loud noise. It's not subtle, and probably neither is the pellet that it delivers.
Okay, so then I would just say what? How many extra points would that be to make it subtle?
I'd have to look at how many points subtle is.
It's either one power point or one power point per round.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Hold on.
But yeah, if you can make them subtle, fuck it. Let's make everybody sleep.
Subtle 1 to 2 flat points. Effect is less noticeable at 1 point or not noticeable at 2 points.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, there we go. Problem solved. What we're arguing about.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then fuck it. They're subtle. Completely silent.
Okay,
Oh,
at this
so yeah.
point, I'm going to have to stop character changes, though. We're 3 games in.
Wait, no.
I mean,
those are equipment. He can just rework them, yeah?
I don't
Because they're one-time use. It's ammo. He can just rework it.
I mean, it
with
has
time and a roll.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Fair enough.
It's not a free action to do that.
To be
But
fair, it took us like
let Pops make
12
some
games.
reworks, so I can let him make some reworks, but we're probably gonna have to cut that off pretty soon here.
Sorry, I don't know how bullets work. Well, I mean, I know how they work. I just don't know how they work.
Yeah,
When
no.
the chamber and the daddy love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize I could actually modify or tweak them to work that way. I assumed I had to work with what I was given because they were gadgets, not technically.
No. Those are everything in the stupid book is a guideline. I
Yeah.
learned that the hard way.
And pretty much everything is a power. So
No.
Right.
So okay. So then we don't even have to worry about the fire brigade per se.
No, because it'll be completely odorless and not, or I should say, it's not visible.
So are they fast acting? I mean, how does it work? How about can you detonate them remotely?
They're little tiny pellets. As soon as they break, they open up. So
Oh, well, I'm just thinking you know you've got your you want to go set up your accounts.
And,
You go
and
in.
for the record, since these things are built to be bullets, they're not really the kind of thing that you can break by grabbing and going. It would take some effort to break the capsule. It's meant to be shot. You know what I mean? It's not fragile.
I thought they were ones to be thrown.
yeah, they're throwing pellets.
Oh, I thought you had shooty ones. If they're throwing pellets, then they can be break with a fairly stiff impact. Sorry, I thought yours were bullets.
No. These are not like grenades or anything like that. They're actual pellets that when you, like as if almost kind of like, you know how the ninja flashbang, you throw it down.
Yeah. I got you now. I got you. Sorry,
Oh.
I thought yours were bullets like his would be.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do you have any sort of remote detonation for anything?
Do I have
C4.
remote C4 and det cord?
Well, no, not C4. C4 is just the explosive. I mean, like, what actually detonates a C4?
No, I mean I have a full set of. I have a pound of plastique.
That's fine, but plastic don't work if you don't set it off.
What I'm saying is it comes with an actual detonator in the full 9.
Would you potentially set some of these inside while you're inquiring about your box and then detonate them remotely? That way we don't have to worry about the air system?
Well, the thing is if we detonate anything explosive, that's going to shoot off the alarm and then the foam's going to spray.
It's also going to be in a room that's pretty much sealed.
and it's going to be really blatant. We're trying to be subtle, remember?
Oh, I'm just thinking because
I mean, technically, we don't have to be subtle. We just don't have to have civilian kills. He didn't care what happened to the building itself. We could fucking take a wrecking crew to it if we really wanted to.
He did say he didn't want it known that it was you guys who did it. So while you don't have to be subtle, you do have to at least make sure that you were not directly seen.
He said that he wanted it no bodies because it would put too much heat on us.
Correct. But you were to do your best to not make a scene yet. You were still building your empire. You're not meant to put your name on the map yet. He did say that, and I recall saying that.
Well, the other thing I could do is when we go loud, we just, stealthily slip out and let our muscle take the fall.
We could also go in wearing masks.
I like the ventilation idea. I just want to make sure the gas is actually going to spread.
Well, if I do a concentrated through the ventilation, it'll get blown through all the vents, and guaranteed it's going to spread equally thoroughly throughout the bank.
Well, if there's a way to make sure, I would prefer it because think about it. You're here typey, and your friend, you just had lunch and they fall over. Aren't you going to panic a little? Maybe hit some sort of alarm?
Not if they all fall over.
Well, that's why I'm saying.
It's more of a yawn and subtle thing. It's not a, oh my God, instant unconsciousness.
Oh, okay.
They just look like they're sleepy and yawning, and next thing you know, they fall over.
You know what? I'm willing to try.
I mean, we could. I mean, I don't know. Unless someone's got a better idea.
I still think we need blueprints to find out what the best access hatch from the roof is. And to see if it's alarmed or anything like that.
2 air vents on the roof. That's what the guy was talking about. Shit.
What guy?
Oh, nothing. Sorry.
Was I not there?
No, I was making a dumb reference. Please go on.
Okay. Well, I like this plan though. We just gotta get some blueprints, find out if there's alarms to be tripped in the vents. Just while we break the seal.
Could at least have an idea where the alarms are.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, they're not gonna be the ones in the bank probably won't be activated, but the ones in the roof. So here's the thing. Here's the plan so far. First things first, we get a blueprint or more information on the thing. Next, we're gonna need some sort of genetic material from the bank manager. Yeah.
Should be fairly easy to get my hands on. Dude likes to party.
Oh, I remember. We just have the girl. The girl, she does her thing, and hopefully he wraps his tool. We take the wrap. It's all good. You didn't specify. That's the best genetic material. I mean, we could try and pull his hair, but I mean, maybe he's not into that.
That genetic material is technically his, but
what genetic material do you need?
Anything really. It'll work. It's just
So a filled condom will work.
So if I walk by him while he's at the whorehouse and I happen to draw my knife and cut a couple strands of hair as I walk by him, that's enough?
That would work as well.
But it's not as funny.
True, but we'd get it faster.
Oh, you don't know. He could be like a 10-second guy.
I mean, technically, we could grab a couple of hairs from Squirrel Girl. You can imitate her and get his DNA out that way.
I've never read Squirrel Girl. Was that a thing?
There was a girl. She looked like a squirrel. Not like those hot girls at the.
Sorry, I thought we were talking about like Marvel Squirrel Girl. I got confused.
No, we're in character.
You can pose as the whore and get his DNA that way. Then you get all the DNA you want.
All right. We're getting off topic.
That I'm capable of this.
So all right. We get his DNA. You turn into him. We drop some smoke pellets in the roof, and we just walk in. Is there? Do you recall if there was a back door? Maybe we don't walk in through the front.
There's a worker entrance in the back.
But it's an employee entrance that you need a key card to get in.
Yeah, but if he's on the inside, it doesn't matter. You can just open the door.
Yeah.
So we ingress via the rear door. Okay.
I just hope everyone has gas masks so that you don't pass out from the gas.
No, I need to buy one, and we need a vehicle. We have 2 bikes between us all.
Well, I mean, we could always steal a car or rent a car. It doesn't matter.
Call an Uber.
We could call an Uber, yeah.
Well, if we're going to call an Uber, I want a stretch limo to ride out in style.
Oh, yeah, that's not inconspicuous or nothing.
Exactly. Because I won't be in the stretch limo.
Any of the other monkeys you were gonna hire, were they drivers? We could use a getaway driver. No,
I could drive.
Well, hopefully they'd bring their own vehicle.
How heavy is what we're actually trying to get away with?
Money.
Lots and lots of money.
Lots and lots of money.
Okay, that doesn't tell me how heavy it is. It could be a bunch of fucking credit cards for all I know. It's how heavy are we thinking?
No, money, like actual bills.
Like bills, how many? Like
as many as we can fucking carry, man.
500 pounds worth.
Figure whatever $20 million is weighs.
I've been wondering.
We have no idea actually how much is in the bank itself. It could be fucking $10 for all we know.
It suddenly occurs to me that this may be the best use that we could have for Moby.
I mean, it could all be gold bars too.
What, he's gonna just ride, or he's gonna carry it all out?
Sure, why not? We could have him carry a bus full of it.
So, well, hold on. If I remember correctly, and when I did the arithmetic, about $22 million, you're only looking at about maybe 22 pounds. It's not that much. The problem is it's bulky.
My
It
point
takes
is,
up a lot of space.
my point is, as long as it's packaged somehow, I can fucking literally lift it into the fucking sky and it can go wherever I want it to.
Fair point.
So again, how heavy is it? It can definitely help us get it out, or at least
It's 22 pounds.
It's all paper. It's bulky and wide, but it's not heavy.
all
We're not-
right.
We're not stealing gold bars, so that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Maybe that might be too much, but ours would be a good idea.
I think it's probably going to be more than 22 pounds.
Yeah, sorry. That's for like 1 million. I math wrong for a second. That's 1 million.
And we can't really be sure like how large the bills are in terms of like we could be looking at we're probably looking at least like 50% 20s.
Oh, so we get some sort of vehicle. We rent the van. Or...
Actually, there aren't 20s. Money's in denominations of 5.
Is it really?
Stopping at 15.
What? Don't change the rules on us like this.
If that's the case, then it's gonna weigh closer to a ton.
Sorry, okay. What are the denominations, just so I know for future reference?
Coins or bills?
Bills first.
Bills, you have 1, 5, 10, 15.
Okay. And for coins?
Coins, you have 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. They don't go up to 50.
Everything in units of 5 then.
Everything is in units of 5, but it only goes up to a certain amount. The 15 is the big bill. They don't really do denominations bigger than that, so things are kind of moved in larger stacks of money. And lately, currently, there is sort of a shift in money. You're reaching the age of digital money here in this world, but the digital money is actually kept on individual cards. It's not really, you have your bank account on the internet, but you also have just as many gift card-like things that are general money cards.
Right.
That's a big
Basically, the reloadable Visa cards.
kinda, yeah, except it's less reloadable. You spend them like you'd spend a bill. You got one for $5, you got one for $10, you got one for $100. You pump it in the machine,
Wait.
the machine keeps the card.
So how much do they
It's
weigh?
not reloadable. Huh?
How much
So
do they
credit
weigh?
chips.
Same as like a credit card.
Oh well, we
They're
just
credit chips.
And they're preloaded, so we could just grab a shit ton of cards?
Yeah.
Because now that they're preloaded, that's it. That's what they are.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
they're
preloaded.
one-time value.
They're not like centrally controlled, are they? Like, do they each have an index that can't be like spoofed or anything?
They are controlled with tech, again, built by supers.
Right. So if we did like steal a bunch of those, we'd probably have to modify them to use them.
No.
Actually,
Well, maybe.
Can they be tracked?
they can be tracked by the
If
night
bills
sky,
can
yes.
be marked.
They're
so can
marked
cards.
like bills are, but it's a digital signature.
Right.
No, I mean like GPS or whatever the version.
No,
is.
it's not GPS, but once the credits are spent, the credits have a tracking number attached to that card that goes along with the expenditure.
So here's what we do: we take them, we start a dry cleaner, we launder them.
I
Who's with
don't
me?
think that's how dry cleaners work.
That's actually
Wow, actually, no, he's right.
Yeah.
Currently, dry cleaners are like the #1 business for money laundering. It is dry
Well,
cleaners.
it is in the title.
Right.
How does I'm just sort of hung up on the infrastructure of that. Like, do the like how like what sort of steps does a business have to go through to like accept these things? Is there a
Fuck
special?
the infrastructure. Let's rob a bank.
I mean, it's
Seriously.
Sorry. Yeah, it will be important later, but not now.
The
I'm sure.
infrastructure comes again with that digital tagging that's on everything.
Right.
The tags are created along with the physical card, which is why the card is reclaimed, along with the digital tag being attached to the money.
Okay.
Realistically, in about 6 minutes, we'll have wasted 2 sessions accomplishing nothing. Can we at least do something, please?
Yes.
Let's go get some DNA, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Wrong. Okay, so you guys are gonna head to the bar and see if Lou is there.
Yes.
No, fuck it. Let's kidnap him on the way if we're gonna keep him anyways.
Yeah, we'll have to.
So wait, do we?
You tell me what you're doing.
No,
I don't
so do we get DNA now? How long does it take you to do your thing and where you turn like someone else?
How long would that take me? Should I make an expertise check to?
Yeah, I mean, you would know more than I would. It depends on how your power's built.
I mean, it's not like this. This isn't something I actually planned. Like,
He's got the
Yeah,
alternate effect powers, I think.
you'd have to like give me sort of a ballpark of how long it would take to put together.
For you to completely reshape your body into a perfect simulacrum of another person,
Simulacrum.
half hour, 45 minutes or so.
Wow. Okay. So
Oh, so we kidnapped the fucker.
Did you think longer or shorter?
I assumed it would be longer, but I have a quickness that applies only to that sort of lab work. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, I suppose I maybe don't understand the method of how you're doing that right now. What are you planning to do? Is this a latent power that you have, or is this a thing you're creating to do this for you?
This is essentially a power stunt.
Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to spend a hero point, I'm willing to make it 30 to 45 minutes. If this is something you're wanting to accomplish with rolls somehow, it's going to take significantly longer.
If it's 45 minutes, that's going to make it 15 minutes because I have quickness 3.
I'm saying the hero stunt with your current abilities
okay.
gives it 45 minutes.
All right then.
If that's the case, I'll set up an ambush with the sniper rifle and just pick him off from one of the buildings as he's walking towards the bar.
The question is, are we ready to go? Because if we do it now, it's
Well,
happening
no,
now.
not yet. We have to find out
Gas
about
mask.
the air vents and the
Alright.
air vents and gas masks. The air vent is the last how to say variable.
Okay. The air vents come through a system. The box that controls the system is outside of the building. If you're just wanting to drop the pellet in there,
And maybe make it go full blast.
what's the area effect of the pellet currently? Because keep in mind, if you're putting it at the source, it's going to be dispersed evenly throughout the building. So if the area effect isn't enough to cover the whole building, it's not going to be enough to actually put a bunch of people to sleep.
Well, it depends
It's
how
gonna
many
be
pellets, right?
dispersed.
Do they stack?
You know, well, sure, but I'm still going to need to know the area to know how many pellets you're going to need to do this with.
Yeah, hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. It's under gadgets.
It's a metric fuck ton.
Actually, yeah.
Actually, the burst honestly is broken in my opinion. I was talking to Eduardo earlier about putting a cap on burst abilities because burst 1 is 30 feet, burst 2 is 60, and burst 3 is 120 feet, which is huge for only 3 points expenditure. In my opinion,
It's
That's
huge for vanilla, folks, but for supers, it's not that big.
Why I didn't buy it for my powers, actually. It's kind of super broken.
It's way super broken. For the level of super we're talking about you guys being, Mystery Men are not destroying entire buildings with a single ability.
That's true.
Ranged cloud. It's a ranged area cloud effect. Sleep 4.
4, so 3,
That's,
6, 9,
DC
12.
14.
Huh?
That's DC 14.
I'm more thinking of what the actual area it covers is. I need
Oh, sorry,
footage.
Wait, what is it? Range 4?
Yeah, that's for a single pellet.
That's
120. Right? 4 is 120. 3, 6, 9, 12.
let me
120.
take a look.
30 feet per level.
Burst 3 is 120.
Then what's 4?
40.
Give me a
Oh, it
second.
doubles every time? Yeah, then it's 240. Yes,
I-
240.
I can't. I can't.
450.
Could be completely wrong.
Huh? 450?
It's 250 is what it says here for area.
250 is still more than enough to cover the building with one pellet.
Okay.
And that's why this ability is broken. For a while, I'm going to need you to cap that area at 40. 250 is a huge area, dude. 250 is gigantic. For 4 points, 250 is so fucking big. Or maybe we can find a way to have you pump more points, but not increase actual area burst.
It's
But
also
fuck, is that
gas,
broken?
though.
The thing is, like,
It's
what?
huge.
Like, I understand for, like, most things, like, their effect burst effect being that big is broken as shit. But for gas, like, instead of one pellet, it's like 4. Just make it.
No, but hold on.
But that's the problem is this is statted for a single pellet. Go ahead, Clifton.
What is the actual rank of the affliction?
The actual rank of the affliction is.
He's getting ready for his
I said I
heist.
didn't rob this place.
Damn it. I accidentally deleted it off my sheet. Now I have to look it up again. Son of a bitch.
I'll be right back.
The point that I'm making is that because it's an area, somebody has to fail that saving throw twice with two different attributes. Because it's an area, they have to dodge it, and if they dodge it, then they do.
Yeah, but with an area that large, unless their movement is crazy, they're not gonna dodge it.
No,
civilian.
You don't have to get out of the area to succeed on the dodge check.
How does that make sense?
It's
You
like
have to
when
move with the explosion or however you want to justify it.
Yeah, you sort of wave it out of your face. But the thing is, like, if they succeed on the first dodge check, then they have then they have to deal with a lower rank version of that attribute. So, like, it seems like
the thing is, it's coming through the ventilation system. There's nothing to dodge. It's coming in all throughout the building, and they don't see it coming. So
Right.
there's no dodge, and it's just a fort save or pass out.
I get what you're saying, but it's still an area effect, which means that it still has an additional save on it. That's the whole point of.
Is it the same for Cloud? Because every one of those has a very specific set to it.
I'm pretty sure it's the same
I'm
for
looking at
all
the
area.
pellet. I'm looking at the pellet right now. The pellet says, and I quote, range cloud area affliction 4, resisted and overcome by fortitude, fatigued, exhausted, asleep. And that's all it says. There's no dodge. There's no nothing.
Area.
No, because it wouldn't make
cloud.
sense. You can't. I mean, you can't dodge fog. I've seen the movie.
Area for.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's range
Oh.
cloud area affliction 3, not 4. I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
The effect fills a sphere with a 15-foot radius that lingers in an area for 1 round. Distance rank -1. Okay, so it's your rank -1 is what? Wait, what? Oh,
So it is 9 o'clock, guys, just so you know.
right, yeah. So
Hold on. Here's the official wording on this. The extra allows an effect that normally works on a single target to affect an area. No attack check is needed. The effect simply fills the designated area based on the type of modifier. But potential targets in the area are permitted a dodge-resistant check, DC 10 plus effective rank, to avoid some of the effect, reflecting ducking for cover or dodging out of the way, and so forth.
right.
But the thing is if it's just a cloud of
An invisible cloud.
An invisible cloud, how do you see? Oh my God, this invisible cloud's coming at me. I need to duck under my desk.
Instant thrown away. It's
I'm reading the Cloud specifically, and actually Cloud has a smaller radius than Burst, so it's not 20. It's 15, 30, 60 feet, which isn't enough for Cloud.
Well, I could put 2 in. That's fine.
Where are you getting these points?
No, he was saying 2 pellets.
Oh, 2 pellet. Okay, fair enough. So what this one says is the effect fills a sphere within a 15-foot radius, distance rank -1, that lingers in the area for 1 round after its duration expires, affecting any targets in the area normally during the additional round. Clouds on level surfaces like the ground create hemispheres 15 feet in radius and height. So this isn't going to travel by ground, it's going to travel through air, so you're going to get your full sphere. If you do 2 pellets, you'll get 120 feet, just barely enough to cover the whole building.
That's 120. That's I mean, it's more like fucking math. It would
The
be
building is 110. Corner to
Right.
corner, the building is 110 feet.
it would be 4 30-foot diameter spheres.
So you'd need to do 4 pellets?
Well, yeah. Well, no, that's rank.
He's rank 3 and it's
oh.
15 per, and you double each time.
Yeah,
15, 30, 60.
It would be a
Rank 4, I thought.
120-foot diameter sphere.
Yeah. So we'll cover it. Okay, so 2 pellets would ideally cover it. Then
So what do you have in there that makes it invisible? Do you have the imperceptible feat
Yes.
on there? Okay.
Yes.
You do have what is that one called?
Subtle.
Subtle?
Subtle.
Okay.
Subtle.
Subtle.
Yeah, I mean, if you have
Subtle.
subtle, it says that it can't be noticed. So technically, this is an unnoticeable cloud. Anybody who doesn't have a sensory type to go through this, which any civilian would not, this will go off without anybody noticing. They don't. It's a surprise round technically. It's a subtle effect, and it covers the area. Based on that, I would have to say this would go off without people noticing.
Cool.
And it's kind of broken.
It only took
Oh,
us
it's everything in this fucking game is broken, which is
an
why it's
hour and a
having
half to
area
decide.
okay, so there we go.
That's cool.
Well,
Cool.
we can do the heist first thing next episode.
No, we still have some other planning to do, remember?
Not much though.
You still don't have blueprint.
Yay!
But at this point, it doesn't matter because you put it in through the air, and we just walk in.
Why are you still South American? Okay, goodbye, everybody.
All right, have a
That's
good night.
racist.
Nice.
Bye.